In this section, I'm going to be showing you how you can finally get your website live on the internet with your own URL. Now we're going to have to take a few steps. I'm just going to outline them right now. So first of all, what you're going to need to do, and I'll be going through these steps, don't worry. First thing you need to do, you will need to purchase a domain, so a URL, and you have to pay for that. And then you need to purchase hosting as well. Now these can both be relatively affordable, but just so you know, there will be costs involved. So it's important for you to realize that this will cost money. It shouldn't be too much, but I'll show you the general costs, at least for in the UK. So once you've managed to purchase a domain and a hosting package, if you so want to, then you'll need to transfer the files from your computer onto what we'd call the server or to their hosting, and we'll be using FileZilla for that, it's free to download, very easy to use. And once you've done that, then essentially you'll have your website working. So let's get started with actually purchasing your domain and purchasing hosting first. I am personally using 1&1, which is now called Ionos. I wouldn't necessarily recommend these guys as the best people. I've just got my domains here on there. What I would say is that you should shop around. So if you just go onto your tab, for example, onto new tab, and you just type in something like hosting packages, domains, something like that, you should get some good options. So we have Ionos, which is what I'm using. Like I say, I wouldn't necessarily recommend them. You could use 123-reg, GoDaddy, whatever you please. Shop around and see what kind of costs. As you can see, for example, here, these guys are offering hosting for £1.80 per month, and you can get a domain for about £4. So I've already, all you need to do, so for example, let's go on to GoDaddy.com. You would just need to register with them, and then you can just go on to, for example, web hosting, and select get started, and then they'll run you through the options. You basically just want to choose the simplest packages for now, and you need to get yourself, of course, your URL. And that's simple enough. You will just go to their domains, find a domain, and you'll be able to purchase it through this way. And it will be pretty much the same thing on any website you go to. They should make it quite easy for you to not only purchase a domain, but also purchase the hosting. So once you've done that, now I'm going to show you what you need to do next. So obviously, depending on what provider you go with, the user interface will be quite different on here. But what you want to be looking for is something that either says hosting or says FTP, which stands for File Transfer Protocol. So look out for anything relating to that. Once you click through on something like this, then essentially you're going to have the option to manage your users. So I'm just going to go here and click Manage. And then I'm going to create a new user. So all I need to do here, I'm just going to create like example, that's the username. So this number here, and then example, and obviously whatever this might be for you, it will be completely different. So don't worry that that's different. And then just put in a password, whatever you like. So this one has a few requirements. So I have to have a capital letter and a special character. And then for the directory, that's where you put in your URL. So here's a list of all my available ones. I'm just going to choose codingcoaches.co. I'm going to select that and save. So I've now successfully created a new user. I just need to click save one more time actually. Okay, so it's telling me now that it will be ready in 5 minutes. So while we're waiting for that to be ready, let's go on to FileZilla. So FileZilla is essentially a free client or a program you can think of that helps you to transfer your files from your computer onto their hosting server. So all you need to do is download the client and get that set up. So you can see here, so the URL is FileZilla, so FileZilla -project, so project.org. So once you've gone to here, you can select to download either all platforms, or for me it's Windows only because I'm using my Windows computer at the moment. And once you've got that installed and set up, you should be able to see something a little bit like this. And so this is going to be exactly how you're going to be uploading your files. So all I need to do is, hopefully this will have worked by now, I just need to enter in this information. So I need to enter in the server/host. So if I come here, I put that into the host option. So put that in here. Then I need to put in the username. And finally, I just need to put in the password that I put in a moment ago. Oh, and also before I forget, we need to put in the port number. So I'm going to copy that over and put this in here. So that's fine. Okay, so we've been able to successfully connect. So I'm just going to delete these two files here. So all we've got is the store folder. You can ignore that. That's something I've created that contains all the original files for my website. So now if I go on to codingcoaches.co, you can see that it's just on the default website at the moment. So I want to create and upload a new website. So I'm just going to go into Atom, and I'm going to create an index.html just in my desktop. So it's really important that you call the home page of your website. So index.html is really important that you call the home page index.html, because that's what your hosting package is going to be looking for your home page. So you must call it index.html. And now I'm just going to put, I don't know, something like h1 working. So nothing too fancy. And let's say in a moment I'm going to put in a CSS file as well. So I'm going to, actually no, we haven't gone over CSS yet, so I'll just leave that out. All we want for now is say working, say this website is now live. Okay, fantastic. So I've just saved that on my desktop. And now that we're connected in here, all I have to do, it's very simple, is I'm on my desktop here. This is on the left side. So if I expand this, essentially on the left, this shows me all the files that I have on my computer locally. And I've got this in the directory blueskies/desktop. And this on the side is just saying I'm basically at the root directory. All I have to do is click, hold down, and drag over to here. You can see it's just connecting now, it's transferred, and that all seems to have worked just fine. So now if I go back here, and if I click refresh, you can now see that my site that I just created is now live under codingcoaches.co. So it's literally that simple to create your website and get it live. All you need to do is to select some sort of hosting provider, whether it's Ionos or whether it's some other provider like GoDaddy. You just need to purchase a domain, and then all you need to do is go to your hosting, or what might be called FTP, create yourself a user, then you go into FileZilla, enter in the details at the top, you connect to your server, and then you just upload your index.html. And of course, if you wanted to have other sites as well, for example, you wanted to have a link on index.html, the link to about.html, you just add your about.html right next to it, and that's not a problem. And that's how you get your website live. So have a go at that yourself if you like, and then I'll see you in the next lecture.